Hi Taurus, I hope you guys are doing great today. Let's get right into your general messages. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Remember, these are general guides. Don't try to make them fit if they don't. Okay, the energies could also be flip-flopped, but I do try to interpret for either way. So when you're talking about relationship, career, pull some oracles at the end, throw some astrology dice, get some added messages. But I'm not going to be getting in astrology. I have enough astrology information out there right now, I think, for June. Got the retrogrades and specific one for Venus retrograde, a specific one for our Black Moon Lilith. So we have a lot of information there for me, for you guys, to really think about what's going on right now. So let's just see what the general energies are for these first 2 weeks of June. Okay. All right, so let's see what we have. So this is going to be the recent past, the present, the near future, and the final outcome energy, okay? So we have Temperance. This is in your recent past. This shows you dealing with a potentially volatile situation, right? Where you needed to temper your thoughts and actions to find some sort of balance and harmony, right? So this was about not really choosing one or the other, but like this need, you recognize there was this need to blend opposing forces, right? To create some sort of inspired solution for a situation that you were involved in, having to do with either a relationship or career, or even a family connection or friendship. This also asks that for you to not resist, but to kind of accept both sides of a situation in a way, you know, where you were guided to do what felt most natural to you. But it wasn't about just throwing in the towel, but, you know, just understanding the reality of a situation. You know, it was a time for you to reconcile any area of your life that was out of sync, right? Where you needed to be hands-on so that you were able to analyze what you really needed to do in the moment to make a situation better. So it was like problem solving here, Taurus, which I really like. It's you realizing that something needs to be done, right? This is a great energy for those of you working on any kind of creative projects in the recent past, because what you imagine in that energy is able to be creative. So you may be rolling that creative project out now, you know, moving into the future. And so this is a major arcana, the Temperance. Let's talk about it, you know, having to do with home, relationship, and career. So in home, this indicates to me that you may have been dealing with some sort of like demanding children or demanding partner, or somebody demanding within your home, right? Where it ended up becoming like one big balancing act. You know, where you were just trying to balance out issues within the connection, having to do with, you know, trying to maintain peace within the family, trying to maintain making money, all of these things. But you at least having the financial and the emotional resources to actually do it, right? Because this, the Temperance energy gives us that energy, right? Now, this is a stage in a relationship where you can reach a new level of trust. So this is really good for relationship energy. Honestly, guys, it really is, because it is the ultimate compromise energy. It's all about, you know, what do you need? What do they need? What does the situation need? You know, this is a Sagittarius energy as well. So it's about, you know, belief systems and really having, you know, finding a meeting ground, right? Now, for those of you who are single, you may find yourself being attracted to a new partner, or really being pulled into the idea of relationship if you've been resistant to it up to this point. But it's definitely an emotionally intense time. Now, having to do with career and money, you may be dealing with a very difficult or highly sensitive people or person or people or situation, where you are the one who needs to be the diplomat, just so that you can work some kind of very necessary miracle to make the situation kind of be alleviated, having to do with career or money. So this is definitely a time to pay extra attention to your income, or it was in the recent past, balancing out what you have coming in versus going out, that kind of thing. So you may have found yourself sort of really tempering, right, your finances in that way. Now, we always look at the cards underneath to get to understand why it is that we needed to feel that way, right? What is that motivation under it? So we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So this indicates to me that you were going through a stressful situation that may have been blown out of proportion because of an individual who sort of thrives on drama, but at the same time, they seem to lack the courage to take full control of a situation. So, this also indicates that you might have been let down by somebody that you thought was more reliable or more steadfast than they are in reality. But this does tell me this person had a big personality, may have had a lot to say with little substance. However, this individual is really, really smart, right? Very high intelligence, right? Usually is able to talk their way out of trouble, denying any involvement in a situation, right? So this could definitely be challenging, but because of this, temperance was required. So I do get, Taurus, that you had to go in with that earthy energy that you have and try to really alleviate a situation that was either happening within a relationship or happening within your family, within work, any area that you're resonating with in your life right now. Then we have the Lover's energy. Okay, so this is the present right now. This is we have the Lovers, and we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, so a lot of emotions going on here. So the Lovers shows relationship and decision. So this can indicate meeting a new partner or a career opportunity, guys, because remember, the Lover's card is not only for lovers, it's for anyone that we have a deep soul connection to. So that could obviously be to an intimate partner, but it can equally so be to a business partner, a really close friend, or a really close family member. We can have those soul connections with them as well, right? But regardless, this person is very active in your energy field right now for a very positive reason. As long as however you're engaging with this person, you're following your heart and not just your head. You have to be willing to take a risk here. You really do. Because whatever chance that you're going to take, it's going to be very rich with possibilities. It really will be. Now, if you're already in a relationship, a decision whether to take things to a deeper level is going to be made. Okay? The issue that the Lovers can bring is your ability to make a decision based on your long-term future rather than short-term gain. So you're really being asked to make a very mature decision that supports your true needs and someone who is really, honestly, emotionally available to you. Not kind of available, like seriously emotionally available. Now, if this has to do with home, again, because it's a major arcana, so we should always reference home, relationship, and career, right? When we deal with the major arcanas. So here, this tells me if you're not living in your dream home, now is the time to work towards a property and location that'll support your dreams and desires that you really, really want for yourself. Like, where do you see yourself ending up? Where are you living now? Is it too expensive? Is it too crazy? Is it too, I'm getting a lot of, in my private readings, a lot of people are like really wanting to do like a relocation reading, which is very interesting to me, like more than ever before. It's very fascinating. I think it has a lot to do with the COVID situation and how things are being responded to kind of globally. But I digress. Let's get back to the reading. So that's having to do with home. Now, relationships, a love decision, right? A decision needs to be made here. Like, you really need to look at your patterns right now, Taurus, in previous relationships and see what your current love or prospective new partner, right? If you're just meeting somebody, can offer you that's different and ultimately more fulfilling. Because it is about leveling yourself up here. So if you're single, love yourself first and manifest the right to be able to manifest the right relationship when it comes. Like, if you're single and you're happy single, because I know a lot of you are, this is really a time to really get in touch with yourself, learn about yourself better, become a more whole and an even better version of yourself, like truly getting in touch with loving yourself for real, Now, if it has to do with career or money, career choices, one needs to be made. I mean, one option may seem easier, but you have to look carefully to make sure that you're making the best decision for yourself in the long term when it comes to career. Don't do something just in the short term for a quick buck. You're really asking to look long term with any decision here. Look past the money, right? To your future, development and ambitions, things that you really, really want for yourself. So really great energy that you're having around you right now. And then we have the Knight of Cups energy. So we have to understand this Knight of Cups energy in order to understand the the Lover's energy. So the Knight of Cups energy is a beautiful energy that is about emotions, right? This is Aquarius and Pisces. This is about doing something different. You know, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is the future. Uranus is all about what are you doing now, and we're going to do something different, okay? So you're being presented, right, by a partner or some sort of career that's sort of almost beckoning you, dare I say, right? It's because it's like this... because our career, right, we want to love what we do for our career as well, right? But you're being called to do something different, Taurus. You're being called to do something different than what you've been doing. And whatever it is that you're going to be pulled towards energetically, it's going to actually end up making your dreams come true in that area of what you've been really wanting for yourself. So I really like that. I really do. So definitely you're being called and you're answering the call to make a decision in that relationship. You're being called to, do I want this relationship or not? If I want it, things are going to be different right now. We're going to be leveling it up. We're going to be deepening this connection. If it has to do with, you know, I don't think I really resonate with being single anymore. It's making the decision to open yourself up and meet that person. If you're single and you're loving it, this is making the decision to get more in touch with who you are and really loving yourself. If this is to do with a career, it's making a decision and thinking long term about it and really putting all of yourself into it, but in a different way. Because this, guys, this is all about your future. Right now, the present, your present positions are all about the future, right? That's what that Aquarius energy is pushing us towards, okay? And then we have the Strength card. So we're talking strength here. This is about the final, the future here, not the final outcome yet, but the future. I like the Strength card because this shows that you're turning to your higher self for self-guidance, you know? It's a Leo energy, by the way. You might be dealing with a Leo. But she, and I'm saying she because there's always a woman on the Leo card, but obviously there's no gender. But she also demonstrates strength of character when dealing with pressure. So it's all about courage, determination, and patience are pretty necessary right now. Because I am getting that it's going to be time to really get in touch with some sort of situations or some sort of relationship with an individual that needs to be put under control. You need to get control over something, right? You're going to need to act with grace and sensitivity rather than any kind of aggression, because aggression is really going to be counterproductive for you right now. But this is a great card for like leadership of any kind, or even creativity, like taking some sort of raw idea that you had once upon a time and turning it into something and it going really, really beautifully. Even really good for health, guys, right? Really good for health. So if you've been struggling with your health in some kind of way, this does indicate like resiliency and recovery, which is a great thing, as well as the willpower also to break any kind of bad habit that you might be nursing right now. Now, on the home front, there may be a need to support and direct somebody who has very, very strong opinions about something. So you might find yourself in this space of being like a mentor within your home, which can be kind of annoying, but I do get that you're going to be doing it successfully, sort of alleviate any tensions within the home. As far as relationship, there's a need for balance, right? There is a danger that physical attraction masks emotional or other commitment issues that need to be addressed. So you want to just be a little careful of that, where instead of having the argument, you guys jump in bed, which is fine, but at some point you do need to look at the elephant in the room, right? So, because there is the energy here is a message of hope that your relationship has been tested, but things are going to be improving. So you really just want to look at stuff that's going on clearly. And as far as work goes, this can also indicate some tension at work, but resolution coming as long as things are not being handled too aggressively. So really positive to me as far as outcomes going. And then we have the Magician energy. So why is all of that happening? Well, it's happening because of the Magician. The Magician is a Mercury energy. It's about communication, right? So there was this push for action, right? So this push for action was making you be strong. There was this push to make change. There was this communication that came in. It could have been within yourself or it could have been external, where you knew you needed to really look at things. But to handle things with aggression was not going to serve you, right? Being pushed to to create some sort of alleviation within some sort of situation having to do with career, relationship, or any sort of family connection, right? Because this is all about communicating and expressing your ideas and desires, you know. And here with the Magician energy, I love this working. I mean, I love the Magician in the upright working with anything, but I love it working with the Strength card, because this really pushes you to understand that you have the ability to create the changes in your life, because this is going to be really connecting you to your higher self, or your true self, where you're going to be acting with very pure intention. Now, because it's a major arcana, let me connect it to home and relationship and career as well. So this tells me that a house sale could be completed, or you decide it's time to move forward with remodeling plans. Super social time, lots of visitors, entertaining, at least to the best of our ability within, you know, whatever's kind of residual by mid-June of the pandemic, wherever you live. Obviously, everybody's going to be in different stages. Now, as far as relationship goes, if you're single and you want love, it's coming in. You know, if you're in a relationship, this shows love in action. So you're going to really begin to see that commitment. And where it works with the Strength card is calling out that elephant in the room, is not hiding behind the attraction or the passion that you guys have for each other, which is fabulous. It's wonderful. But you really need to look at other things within the relationship. And this tells me that you guys are going to be able to do that. This is great, because this tells me solid communication that allows you to reach an even deeper level, to understand better each other's needs, right? Which is great, because whenever we have the Strength card, there's always the potential of like ego being a thing, you know, so I do like that. And as far as career and money, there's going to be a new beginning, either finding a new employment, a new direction in your existing work. So I like this. Can also indicate inspired leadership from a really very grounded and very enthusiastic individual, or it could even indicate you being that way and you being really motivated. But this is all about manifesting your desires. So to have that fire in your belly, Taurus, which is great, the Strength card is going to bring these things into manifestation. So I love this reading for you. Love it, love it. Really do. Now let's take a look at the final outcome of all of this. We start off with the King of Wands. So as you, this indicates a time for you to be a free spirit. As an influence, this is a great time to express your ideas and be the individual you are. You have to figure out what it is that you really want to do, because the practical support is totally going to be there. But you have to initiate it. It's not just going to come knocking at your door. What you do now is really going to reflect your truth, like what it is that you should really honestly be doing with your life, and the support's going to be there. Just make sure you don't let perfectionism get in the way of your creativity, because you're so much more capable than you even realize in the moment. Now, this could also show up as a person in your life, and this is a very worldly person that's likely well-traveled, very experienced with cultures and countries, and someone who's talkative and very energetic. They may be self-employed, running a business, or acting as a freelance consultant. There's very much like this free spirit energy. So for those of you not in a relationship, this can indicate meeting somebody who's like this, somebody who's very passionate and communicative. And I love this energy because it's Cancer and Leo. So that's like taking passion and safety and rolling it up into a beautiful ball, you know, so really, really great. And for those of you in existing relationships, there's, with the King of Wands energy, it's like this rediscovering of each other, this rediscovering of passion, this rediscovering of things that you love about each other, and really planning and initiating these things that you guys want to experience together. So it's so beautiful and it's so positive. But we have this being pushed, this King of Wands energy, by the Five of Pentacles energy. So this indicates experiencing the loss of a job or relationship where there was some sort of financial or emotional hardship that was like precipitating this. So this tells me that, you know, you were in a space where, you were getting the support that you needed from others, maybe from people who were in similar situations as you. You were getting the empathy that you needed regarding, maybe you lost your job and you had these ideas cooking and you were getting these ideas out there. And you're not forgetting that all of that happened. All of that is motivating this push forward. Maybe you were in a very unhealthy place in your relationship, or you weren't in a relationship at all, and you were finding comfort in other people. And it was through this understanding and through this empathy and through getting in touch with what it is that you really wanted, what it was that you really needed as far as commitment, mental, physical, emotional connection, what it is that you need as far as money goes. It's really getting in touch with all of this and recognizing it and using that as a driving force to push yourself forward, to make yourself initiate these new moves in your life. Because I do feel like a lot of you have sort of been on pause for a long time, and not only because of the pandemic, or it can be because of that, but I feel like even deeper than that, Taurus, so much change, so much transition for your sign, for your archetype, on a very deep level, having to do with your purpose and where it is that you really want to go. And for some of you, this could have only been with career, others of you only relationship, many of you with both. And so I see that lifting. I do see that lifting here. And you're using that, though, as a motivation to push yourself forward. So we have Leo, which is the Strength card, third house of communication. Very nice. And we have the moon. The moon is all I feel. The moon rules Cancer. It's a Cancer energy. The moon in Tarot is also connected to Pisces, which is ruled by Neptune. So don't be worried if you're a little confused right now still about what it is that you want to do, about what it is that you might want to study, might want to get involved in. Third house communication, it's a Gemini energy. It's all about, it's Mercury. Venus is still retrograde in Mercury, and in Gemini rather, which is ruled by Mercury. So third house is also about taking workshops, getting like certification, anything that's in a very practical way, gonna push you forward. Third house Gemini is also the North Node energy right now. So this is what we're really going to be tapping into to create the change in our life, right, Taurus? This is all about tapping into the Geminian aspects in order to bring ourselves forward, learning new things. You might be a little confused for a minute, but you're going to be learning new things, opening yourself up to a new path, a new way of doing something. And then we have this Leo energy. Everything I said for the Strength card definitely applies here. Make sure you keep your ego in check, all right? But guys, remember who rules Leo? Leo's ruled by the sun. And the sun is all about epiphanies, sunshine, and moving forward. So I really, really like this for you. This is a very positive reading for going from the beginning of June as we progress into the middle towards the end of June. Very nice. I like it. I like it. So let's pull a couple of love oracles for you guys in the space of love. As some tapping off energies. Okay, so I'm almost flipped. What was that? Okay. Any advice that we need to keep in mind here? That's what I said. Manifesting miracles. Is that not what I said? Look at that. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. Manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become a reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. New beginning, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, I just feel like the foundation of what's going to be moving you guys forward is this feeling of what you had been feeling as far as lack of. You know what I mean? That Five of Pentacles energy, I really feel like is very profound as that driving force. I never read these in reverse when we have oracles, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Will you look at this, Taurus? We got the Strength card again. This is ×3 because it was in the regular spread. Then we have Leo there, and then we have this. Beautiful. Then we have the Emperor. I love the Emperor. Trustworthy partnership. This is somebody who has it going on. I mean, the Emperor energy is a very responsible energy who is willing and confident to start something, to take on a new path, a fresh perspective. The only little caveat with the Emperor, and really it's not a big deal, but just depending on, who you are, because you're all very different. there could be this element of closed-mindedness, like things have to be a particular way. So, and really very much sticking with tradition in that way, even though it's an Aries energy, right? Because the Emperor is Aries and Aries is ruled by Mars. It's all about, woo, let's go on, on this fresh path, this fresh perspective. So while the willingness to take chances is there, the Emperor often has their own idea on how to do things. So just exercise a little bit of patience. And that might be where what I was mentioning about the Strength card with the Leo energy, where there might be some tempering of egos that might be necessary. That may be, what you're dealing with there. But to me, that's really not a big deal, because then we have the Knight of Wands, which is Scorpio and Sagittarius. Hello now, right? Scorpio does rule sex. It also rules the simultaneous ending and fresh beginning of something in a way that's going to be moving you forward, right? Sagittarius is about moving forward with integrity. It's also ruled by Jupiter, which is about luck and expansion. So wands are wands are passion, right? So there's this forward movement here with this beautiful energy. And I just feel like there's so much passion here. Oh my goodness. Fire, fire, fire. Right? Strength card is Leo, Leo's fire. Emperor is Aries, fire. Then we have the Knight of Wands, Wands of fire. So lots of passion, Taurus, lots of passion, forward moving. What's happened has happened. What's done is done. Leave the past in the past, right? As I keep saying in all my videos, I don't know why I'm saying, toothpaste is out of the tube. You can't put it back in. This is about new beginnings and manifesting what it is that you really want for yourself. And you're not going to be able to do that if you keep these energetic blocks up that get in the way from you being able. I'm going to just pull out all of these ridiculous sayings. If you keep looking behind you, you're going to fall when you try to move forward, right? What's done is done. It's all about the future now. Love this reading for you. Love it. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.